Live. All right, I'll start the recording, and we'll get this going. 3, 2. Welcome in. We're doing our third baseball draft by the decades. We did the 90s, we did the 2000s, and now we're doing the Futures Draft, as chosen by our former champions over at Small State Big Takes, who won the 2000s draft. Unfortunately, Josh Martin not reprising his role with us tonight, but he has a worthy stand-in, and we'll get to that in a second. But Dave, welcome in. Let's try to get that title back, and hopefully you don't lose power this time.
I hope so. I think it'd be nice if we actually could win 2 out of 3. I think that'd be and you can't always get the sweep in the series, but the Red Sox did this when they won the championship. They won a lot of 2 out of 3 series.
Right. And I think if we win this, we're gonna throw it back to like an 1880s draft, take old Hoss Radburn and all those guys, and really make it fun. Get a great name draft. Like an 1880s draft, take old Hoss Radburn and all those guys, and really make it fun. Get a great name draft. Draft, Does somebody have the link right now? All those guys. And
yeah, I do.
Steve, can you class?
Yeah, I don't get.
Well, Brandon, you're on your own.
This is what Jake had to go through last time.
I'm just so happy about the fact that I'll have to go back and edit that at the end. But anyway, we are once Steve comes back, we'll start. But we're doing a futures draft now. Hopefully, Steve's not having the echo problem again. Steve,
here we are. Yep, here we go.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
That's all right. So we're doing a futures draft this time, and we're going to be taking the players that we think will be the best for the next 10 years. A 2020s draft, so to speak, but really I think calling it a futures draft is probably best. We did the draft order beforehand. It'll go Team Pilgrim, as we'll deem it, Mike and Sean. Then Dave and I are going second, and then third is Team Steve Max, which is Steve and Brandon Maxwell, of course, friend of the podcast. Brandon, welcome back.
I just gotta say, very creative name.
Thank
Don't
you.
know where you came up with it, but happy.
Genius. Jake did.
I tried. I mean, I'm known for trying these things, getting really inventive and creative, and I think I really outdid myself this time. So this is, as everybody knows from if you've seen or listened to the ones before this, this is a full-on draft. You're taking a full lineup, DH, 5 pitchers, reliever, manager, the whole full Monty. So we are going to dive in. Pilgrim, you guys have the first pick. Dave and I are second, and Steve Max, you guys are third. So without further ado, Mike and Sean, who is the first pick off the board in this draft?
Mike, you can go. Go ahead.
It's going to be El Nino, Fernando Tatis Jr. The guy's just absolutely electric. I mean, give him a couple of years, he's going to be the face of the MLB.
He already is, in my opinion.
Nah, you might be right. I mean, the guy's unapologetically hitting grand slams up 7. Like, you just love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong.
He was our number 1 pick if we got the first pick. I mean, that might be like a little recency bias because of the contract he signed.
Yeah,
how
he's
great
on the show. He's the cover athlete right now.
But I mean, there's no denying that he's one of the faces of baseball going forward. So, I mean, can't exactly fault you for that. Again, he was our top pick. But I'll write his name down here. Your shortstop, Phil Denny. Congratulations. All right. Dave, as we usually do, I'll announce our pick. And while I write it down and get everything together, you can tell us a little bit about this guy. People might not have heard of him. He's kind of flown under the radar in recent years. But we're going to go with a guy named Mike Trout, who's probably going to be around for like 30 years. Dave, tell people a little bit about Mike Trout.
I mean, I think we're talking about one of the greatest players of all time. Tatis is obviously, I think, probably the most likely to have the best career over the next 15 years just because he's younger. But Trout's already, had an incredible start to his career. And, there's literally nothing the guy can't do. I mean, he hits for power. He steals bases. He's a gold glover. He robs home runs. He plays hard. He doesn't, get into trouble off the field. He leads off. He plays for a crappy team but doesn't say anything. He's the prototypical guy that every manager, owner, and teammate wants.
You know the best thing about him? He's an Eagles fan.
Worst thing. I knew you were going to say that, too. I knew that was coming.
Right.
He was an Eagles fan from New Jersey, Mike Trout.
Can we take it back?
Can we take it back?
He's a true Eagles fan. He doesn't like McNabb.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Hope his power goes out.
I don't think you're coming back from that. All right, so that's our number one. You guys have back-to-back picks. Steve and Brandon, what are you guys going to start with?
Oh, back-to-back picks. Oh, B-Max, let's go.
Dingers. So just a quick question. In regards to futures, how far in the
10
future?
years.
10 years.
All right. I still think the guys I'm thinking of are ones I would want to pick. What do you have?
Rivera.
B-Max, I think you should
Got
just
great
pick
hands still.
whoever you want, and I'll pick whoever I want because I know that you and I are on the same page. So I know whatever you pick, I'm gonna be happy with.
There you go. I like that. So for that reason, I'm thinking between Mookie and Acuna. Thinking 10 years down the line, Acuna's younger. I'm picking Acuna.
Let's go. Fantastic pick. That's who I'd go with.
Like, there's not even much to say. And also, he barely missed a 40-40 season 2 years ago, which has only been done like 5 times. And all the dudes who have done it are excellent players. Like, the ceiling of those guys is Bonds and Ken Griffey.
Yep.
And the basement is like Alfonso Soriano. So,
Hey, you watch your mouth about Alfonso
no,
Soriano.
that's what I'm saying. Alfonso Soriano is a baller. I love Alfonso Soriano.
Absolutely.
If that's the basement, then you're a good player.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, what's your second pick, Steve?
I just want to say about that. I totally agree with Brandon. Acuna is my favorite young player and probably my favorite player in the league, non-Red Sox player. I love Acuna 100%. I'd take him with the first pick if I could have. So I'm so happy we got him. And like Brandon said, my number 2 pick would have been Mookie. So Mookie and Acuna are back-to-back picks. All about it. Give us Mookie. I can't believe we got him with the 4th pick.
Look, it's a pretty good outfield. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Old Mookie, I want on my team because he's got the experience, and he's just a smart player to the point where he's going to be able to make it somehow. Because obviously, as a smaller guy, a lot of people are like, "Oh, where's the power going to go? Where's the speed going to go?"
Right.
I mean, I think he'll be able to keep up with it. He's a very special talent. I think he's probably like one of the greatest players the Red Sox have drafted in modern history.
So,
Guaranteed.
Dave, do you want to go our next outfielder or our next shortstop?
What do you think?
I kind of want to go with our next outfielder.
I kind of like number 3 on our board there.
I do. All right, so let me get this up here. So this will be the 5th overall pick in the draft. And to complement Mike Trout out there in the outfield, he's gonna mentor a guy just slightly younger than him, and that is Juan Soto for the Washington.
Yeah, great pick.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an absolute monster. He's 21 years old. He's already been in the league 3 years. In his second year in the league, he had 34 home runs. The guy's an absolute animal.
Pretty good. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
He's also proven in the postseason. I mean, he's won a World Series, and he balled out at, 21?
Yeah. And then
Dude's barely of drinking age.
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous.
Last year, he proved he could hit for average, too. He had 282 his second year and 34 home runs, 34 home runs. But last year he had 351. So it's like the guy literally is just becoming an all-around monster machine.
He's such a stud. He's such a stud. And the way he intimidates pitchers with that, if it's a ball inside, he leans forward towards them. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very fun to watch. Soto is going to be a great player for a long time. For a very long time.
He's going to be
right, Jake?
I think Steve saw what this had to do.
Good. Yep. I'm glad.
Yeah. I had to put a certain commenter in timeout. Anyway, the 6th overall pick, that goes to Team Pilgrim. So what are you guys going to come out with here?
All right. I think this pick might shock a couple of you guys just because he's still on the board, but the potential.
Randy Wolf? Do you want Randy Wolf?
We're looking at Rod Beck, actually.
Rod Beck.
Oswalt?
No, no, we're taking Luis Robert.
Ooh.
Whoa!
What about Julio Franco? He's probably
might still be in the
65. He's probably in shape still.
He probably is. He could probably still hit too.
Who's Robert play for?
Plays for the
White Sox.
And Mike and I were talking about this before the draft, and we wanted to grab this guy. He's 22 years old, and his comp that they're giving him is Mike Trout. So I mean, if you're going to be compared to one guy in the league, Mike Trout's a pretty good guy to be compared to.
Definitely. That's a great pick for the next 10 years for sure. If we're talking about futures, that guy's got a serious future ahead.
I mean, the guy's a monster. His first 2 at bats, he hit the ball 116 miles an hour. And like he said, they're comparing him to Trout. The guy's 5 tools, speed, arm, great outfielder.
Yep.
I suspect that won't be the last time the Chicago White Sox are brought up in this draft.
They got a
probably
really-
right. They got a lot of young studs, man.
Look forward to those White Sox Padres World Series runs.
For real.
Yeah.
MLB probably won't be, but everybody else can look forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, the Dodgers are still going to be there for a while.
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
They'll be there till the sun burns out of the sky. What's your second pick here?
Actually, speaking of the Dodgers, we're going with Walker Buehler.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
I think he's the best young pitcher in the game. Pitchers historically, once they hit the age of 30, they definitely hit a decline. There's obviously some exceptions to that rule, but Walker Buehler, he's 26. He seems to be the ace of that staff.
Yep. That's a good pick.
I do like me some Walker Buehler. Just trying to stall while I write it down. All right, Dave, what do we think here? A third baseman, shortstop, starting pitcher? What do we want to do?
I feel like we're pretty set on starting pitchers so far. Like there's still a lot to pick from.
Wow, Dave's just outright giving the finger to that Walker Buehler pick. All right, here's my question: we got to go shortstop or third base? What do you want to do? I feel like shortstop's deeper, so third base might be the place to go.
Yeah, let's take our top guy.
Here comes a White Sox.
I mean, I'm not saying that it is another White Sox. It might be. I might not. I'm just not totally vamping, so I can write this down. No, yeah, obviously our pick is Yoan Moncada. I think he was our top third baseman by a pretty good stretch, I would say. And shortstop, like I said, is just a bit deeper than third base is. They're a good third baseman, but I feel like Yoan Moncada is, I think, head and shoulders the best one for the next decade. But Dave, you could tell people a little bit more about former Red Sox prospect Yoan Moncada.
Yeah, I mean, he's got all the 5 tools that people talk about that everyone wants to make glamorous. Last year he didn't do as well. He had 225, but last year's kind of a wash for most people. Not a lot of guys did what their usual stat lines were. But the year before, he had 315 with 25 home runs. He seems to be kind of cutting down the strikeouts too, which not to the point where it's average. He's still going to always be above league average for strikeouts, but the guy's just a machine on the steals. He's probably going to get 40 steals every year for the rest of his career, and he's going to hit probably 20, 30 home runs every year for the rest of his career, probably close to 300. So, I mean, he's an easy pick here.
Yeah. I again, like Dave and I said off air, it's tough to swallow that Yoan Moncada is such a great player, but also I thought about you guys, I still make that trade 10 times out of 10.
Won us a World Series.
Yep.
I mean, like it sucks to to say that Moncada is such a great player, but I mean, again, like you won a World Series, so yeah. I mean, who knows if the White Sox will do that with him? Maybe, but it's such a tough thing to do. So, Steven, Brandon, you guys have back-to-back picks.
All right, B-Max, go for it, man. Let's go.
Damn, I think this is starting to get really hard.
It's the third round.
But it's tough because you get into the guys now where we already got through those guarantees. Now we're at the guys who are they really young and not proven yet? Or the guys who are good now, and do you think they have the longevity?
It's true. Yes.
So for that reason, Nelson Cruz. No, I'm kidding.
You almost got me there. I was like, whoa.
That was good.
I'm honestly, another 10 years though.
I'm honestly switching between another White Sox player, Eloy Jimenez. Also thinking of Cody Bellinger.
Up to you, B-Max. Let's go.
I'm gonna go with Bellinger. I feel like he's more of a sure thing.
You sure you don't want Jim Edmonds?
But he was a very close number 3. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Bellinger here. Still a very young player. I think he's like 24. He's still got MVP baseball in him. He had a bit of a down season last year, if you can call it that. Especially only 60 games in. Still won the World Series. Still was one of the most clutch players on the team, along with Mookie. So yeah, I'm very happy to have Cody Bellinger joining this outfield.
He was the next outfielder on our board. Yeah, I mean,
absolute beautiful swing too.
MVP, already, so young and
always baked. I don't care what.
Guaranteed, yeah.
I gotta say, fellas, you're starting off real strong with the Acuna, Betts, Bellinger outfield. It's not bad.
Right?
There have been worse outfields.
I have been.
What's your second pick, Steve?
All right, second pick here. I'm thinking about a pitcher, B-Max. And
Okay.
I'm not thinking about DeGrom because he's 32 years old.
He is, but he's nasty.
He is. I'm thinking about the next great pitcher, who, in my opinion, and that is my boy, who I'm going to pick, Shane Bieber.
All right.
I like that a lot.
I love Shane Bieber. I truly believe this guy is the next fucking like guy that everyone's like, oh yeah, that's the guy that's the best pitcher in the league. That's like a consensus thing.
Yeah, he's that right now, my friend.
He is.
He did get titted on by the Yankees in the playoffs.
Everyone
Yeah.
has a rainy day, you know.
Titted on. Hey, that's a new phrase.
Baseball term.
Sure is.
What was that year they made it to the World Series though?
2016 is when the Indians made it.
So what? He was like 21, so he probably wasn't on that team.
No, I don't think he was.
Because he's 25 right now.
Right.
Which adds to how great a pick I think this is. So yeah,
Oh,
I mean, we got our ace and we got our outfield. We're chilling.
We're chilling.
So, Dave, with that move, I think we should move to get our ace.
I agree. Yeah.
And I mean, I already have it written down because we know who it's actually our top pitcher on our board, and that's Lucas Giolito.
Fuck.
Yep. I had him on really high up on my list too.
Threw a no-hitter this year, and it's funny to me. Like every time someone throws a no-hitter, it's always like, "Well, he did it against the Pirates." Like it's still a great thing to do. Like I know it's the Pirates, but like I know they're like one of the worst teams in baseball. Like it's still an incredible accomplishment. So, Dave, Lucas Giolito, number one on our board. Tell the people why.
Yeah, I mean, he's got plus stuff across the board. His curveball, his fastball, he's got everything. He's eventually going to throw, I think, 200 to 220 for innings every year because he's been in the high 170s twice. And I think it's only natural that he's going to hit that spot. But he struck out 228 people in 176 innings 2 years ago. I mean, that's a pretty amazing number for a starter. Those are the kind of rates you see from like really elite starters like Sale, DeGrom, Kershaw, or like really elite relievers. You don't see that from even good starters. So you have that kind of stuff. It's an easy pick.
Yeah, love me some Gilo. We're just gonna reassemble the White Sox at this point. All right, Pilgrim.
Minus
we got
the manager.
picks.
Minus the manager.
Yeah, not the manager. I'm good with that. All right, Sean, Mike, what are you guys doing here?
We're
Like-
gonna go with a first baseman known as the polar bear,
El Oso Blanco.
Pete Alonso.
This is how we felt about kind of the same thing we felt about third base. Like Pete Alonso is by far the best pick at first base.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna hit what 250, 240, 250, but he's gonna mash. He's gonna hit home runs. He's gonna get you RBIs.
He hit over 50 home runs as a rookie.
The Mets are up and coming, man. They got Frankie. They're gonna be winning. He's gonna be one of the big reasons why.
He said he's ready to drive in 135 steaks this year.
Love that.
He said that?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
a lot. That's a
I'll be
lot of
drafting
ribbies,
him.
dude.
That is a lot of RBI. Yeah, that's quite a bit.
I think I'm kind of pissed off that baseball writers and stat guys, they just don't care about RBIs anymore. I love RBIs.
I'm a big
Me
RBI.
too.
Huge RBI guy. Like,
Absolutely.
runs, that's definitely important.
Can't win if you don't
One of
score.
It's one of the few old-time hitting records that still has not been broken.
Who's that, Lou Gehrig?
No, Hack Wilson was the guy who had like 190 RBIs or some shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, in the season. Yeah.
Jeez. Oh my god.
In
Damn.
1930.
That is a lot.
Hack Wilson. Great name for a guy who drove in 190 runs.
Right?
He was a hack.
Yeah, it sure was. All right, fellas.
Mike, you want to go infielder or outfielder?
Let's go infield.
All right. Infield, we're going to go with the guy who's one of the most hated players in the MLB, but as much as you hate him, you can't get away from how good of a third baseman this guy is. We're going with Alex Bregman.
Oh, I hate him.
But arguably the guy is one of the best third basemen in the MLB. He might even be the best. Like, he's that good.
Whoa.
That MLB ranked him as the number one third baseman in the MLB.
Oh, fuck him. But yeah, that's a good.
He
pick.
is a stud. I mean, he talks the
stud.
talk, he walks the walk. You know what I
It's
mean?
true.
Like
It's true.
he's been doing it ever since he came in the league. I remember watching him when they won the World Baseball Classic, and he's playing third. And I'm like, who the hell is this kid? And he's just raking every time he's up,
plays
smoking the ball. And they're like, oh yeah, this is the new up and coming Astros third baseman. He was originally a shortstop, second base, but they got Correa, they got
Gurriel all the time.
yeah. And they throw this kid in that third, and they're just like, well, now we're just gonna make a run for 3 World Series.
What a shot by Happy Gilmore. Who the hell is Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
No, that's a great pick. I mean, it's like Steve said. Like I hate Alex Bregman. I mean, he got like that. I still love the Nate Eovaldi when he posted the thing of the video of him hitting the home run off Eovaldi, and then Eovaldi goes out there and chucks against the Astros.
just absolutely shoves against him. But
Incredible.
26 years old. 26.
That's it.
If you look, he's been in the league for like 30,000
I
years.
know, that's what I'm saying. You're surprised at how young the guy is, but he's that good. He's been in the league. And
I think he came in like 17. Came up in 17.
that was
His major league debut.
Yeah.
I feel like he gets dunked on more than anyone else. Like you said, Eovaldi. Also, Juan Soto dunked on him when he brought the bat to first base.
Yeah.
Bregman did. And then also you got the cheating scandal where everyone's just like completely shitting on him.
Yeah,
But-
but you know what? every team in the MLB cheats. They all do something.
You're right. You're right.
All do something. Astros just got caught.
Hey Dave, open up our Google Doc. All right.
Okay.
Some
I'm
shit.
Can you see if I highlight a name? Go down to pitchers.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm feeling it. Let's do it, baby.
Let's
All right. With our next pick, we're going crazy, baby. Give us Kumar Rocker.
Oh, I had him on the list.
Yeah.
I had him.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Drafted it?
Oh, this is a good draft.
Rocker.
Still
David Price.
That was a question I had. I was going to ask if we could pick players who were
Oh yeah.
drafted.
Oh yeah. It's
How many pitchers do we get?
five starters.
All right.
Full rotation.
Makes sense.
And then a
That's
reliever.
I like that. I
And
like
reliever. All right.
But yeah, it's the most open-ended draft, Brandon. It's not like the 2000s where you have to make sure they played in the decade. Like this can be anybody, like literally anybody.
Prospects.
Word.
Yeah, you can take somebody retired if you want. You can take Donovan McNabb. I wouldn't care.
Clayton, stop. Stop, dude.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
I think we just found our manager for the Pilgrim team.
Oh yeah. We'll be taking Russell Wilson.
Kumar Rocker. I forget. How does MLB do the draft order these days? Is it still the worst team, or is it like a lottery? Like how is it now?
No, it's the
It's-
worst team. Gets
It's
number
worst
6.
team, yeah.
Red
So-
Sox have 4.
So he'll probably be an Oriole then.
Pittsburgh Pirate, if I had to guess.
Nah, a lot of people think he's going 1.
He is going 1. I think
Oh,
Pittsburgh.
I'm sorry. This is for this year. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's gonna be a Pirate then. That's good for him. Congrats, buddy. You're going to a great organization.
Yankee in 5 years.
What was it?
He'll be a Yankee in 5 years. They'll trade him to the Yankees.
You know what? He'll be filthy, so I'm cool with it. Dave, we love going crazy here. I love it.
That was a good pick.
So it is back to Team Steve Max. What are you guys gonna go with here?
RP Max, it's all you, baby. Let's go.
Damn. This is getting hard again.
Get harder.
Even more intense. So I'm kind of stuck between a couple guys here.
Okay.
Tell me what you think? I might be a bit of a homer here, but Devers, I'm very, very strongly considering.
Nasty. He's not a homer. He's nasty.
And also, because a lot of people trash on his defense, but I think he's got like I won't say gold glove player in him, but I think he's got a solid defensive player in him. Like he makes great plays.
I don't care how many errors you make. If you hit 300 with 35 home runs and 100 RBIs, go crazy at third base.
Is that your pick?
That too, especially when you're 23. Yeah, you know what? That just sold it for me.
There you go.
That's solid for me. He's got a rocket arm too.
All right. Yeah, that's a good pick.
Rafael Devers.
Devers.
The first Red Sox player off the board.
Probably the last.
Could be Mookie Betts.
Whoa, that's true. It could be. It's
Whoa,
yeah.
whoa,
Mookie
whoa,
should have
whoa.
been the first one off the board. You know what, Sean? He might not be there when he gets back to you, but Jackie Bradley is still on the be if you want to take.
Jack Bradley Jr.
Listen, the Sox need a center fielder. I don't know why they don't sign him.
They're gonna sign him. I think. I think they're
They
gonna.
better.
He
They better.
Dude, you want?
automatic out.
I don't care. You want Verdugo, Frenchie, and then whoever else they're going to throw out there.
I'd rather have Squanchy Cordero out there.
Oh my god!
You are a sicko.
This outfield defense is going to be so booty if they don't bring it back. Like, think about, we've had elite defense for 6-7 years. We're going to go to like Manny Ramirez.
Oh, he was good in the field.
Oh yeah, Manny was a decent left fielder.
Without the home runs.
Manny was not very good in left field.
He was good at Fenway.
He used to lead the MLB in assists in the outfield.
Manny was the man.
Manny
Fenway.
Manny Ramirez made the best diving play I've ever seen in my life.
And it wasn't even a play. It was a cutoff.
Unbelievable. That is literally Manny Ramirez in a nutshell, was that play.
High five to fan.
And then
That was my favorite play.
Somebody.
Yeah, and completed the double play.
Yeah, he had a rocket.
Do you guys
I don't
remember when Trot Nixon threw the ball into the stands when it was the second out?
I hated Trot Nixon. I don't even care.
I love Trot
He's
Nixon.
not a fan. He's not a fan. That guy sucked.
Derek
Dude.
All right. Who's your second pick, Steve?
All right. You inspired me after taking Kamar, and I am thinking about this, B-Max. For a shortstop, Wander Franco.
Ooh, okay.
I love it.
Let's go.
Steve, Dave and I knew you were going to take Wander Franco.
Did you?
It was
One.
preordained that
He's the
Wander.
number one prospect right now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's climbing up boards quickly.
He's 19.
Yeah,
That's absurd,
two, dude.
He's
got
only
longevity.
Yeah.
3, he's also one of the few prospects I know. So that's a very good.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign. I think he'll be actually like really, really good. Like, have you seen him? Have you seen his arms? Guy's arms are like fucking like tanks. He's 19. It's
Who's
like,
got
holy
better arms? Steve, who's got better arms? Him or John Collins?
I don't know.
I think Steve's brain just exploded.
Yeah.
I think I short circuited him.
The man can't pick. He just can't pick between the two
It's
players.
just the two best arms I've ever seen. Oh man, I don't know.
Two best arms I've ever seen.
I'd probably say John Collins though. Still,
God,
That's arms in there,
You're
baby.
going to get carried out of the reception by Wander Franco and John Collins.
yeah, one arm in arm.
No, I like that pick a lot. I mean, Dave and I figured that I know you love Wander Franco, so he was definitely high up on the list. But that's a good pick. That's a good pick. I have to write that down. Probably it's a good
I
idea.
really like this team so far. I think we got.
It seems pretty filthy. I'm not going to lie.
I'm loving it, B-Max.
Anyway, next up for us, we are going to follow suit. And actually, you know what, Dave? I'm taking that because everybody else has their shortstop. This guy could get taken as a DH, but everybody else has their shortstop. Do we want to go with shortstop?
Do you want to go with like an outfielder or a pitcher where
We're going to fill up our outfield and our starters. Let's just load it. That's how we won the last time, Dave. We loaded our rotation.
I mean, the other option is we could go second base or I don't know.
How about that name right there that I highlighted?
Where? Oh, yeah. Let's go with them. Yeah.
Dave, this is how we won the last time. Was just loading up our rotation and emptying the cupboard for everybody else. We are going to take Luis Castillo.
Ooh,
Cincinnati Reds.
How old is he? 28?
I
still
don't.
younger than that.
I looked it up. I think he's 28. I got a list up here.
He's 28. No way.
I think he's 28.
You know what? He's a young 28. That's the
I
thing.
mean, that's still a good pick in my opinion, at least for a little while.
He's gonna. Hey, you know what? He's our third starter, so I'm cool with that. I'm cool with him being our third starter. You got Giolito and Rocker, two youngins, bona fide youngins, and then you got Castillo, kind of the more mature presence, as your third starter. Also, the dude's filthy. He's like one of the 10 best pitchers in baseball right now. So,
He's a stud.
yeah. So at least for the next like 5 or 6 years, I think he'll be at least serviceable. Right now he's one of the best pitchers in baseball, but towards the end, I think he'll still at least be a serviceable pitcher. But yeah, I like Castillo a lot. I've been a big fan, and like Dave said to me off air, like it's going to be great when he finally gets traded out of that situation because that team sucks.
Really, team blows.
They're all right now. I mean, they made the playoffs, but that was when they allowed everybody in last year. So
They also had Trevor Bauer on that staff too, and he won the Cy Young.
yeah. So
And it was also Joey. What did Joey Votto say? He was like, their teams aren't going to want to face us, and they got 0 runs in 3 games.
yeah,
Yep.
and one of those games, like what, 15 innings?
Yeah.
Who's the dude in their pen that just throws absolute gas?
Iglesias?
Stevenson, right?
Oh,
Or is it Amir Garrett?
Amir Garrett is he is a stud.
Amir Garrett is responsible for one of the greatest pictures ever taken.
He's also mad.
Greatest fight too, all around.
Team by
That's just
himself.
stud, dude.
Fault the whole damn team. Gotta love it. All right, Sean, Mike, you guys have back-to-back picks.
All right, Mike, you can go first.
With what? The pitcher or the outfielder? I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, go with the
We're gonna go with Eloy.
Great pick.
So now we have 2 White Sox outfielders, which I'm not mad about because
They're not bad.
no, they got a lot of young studs on that team. I mean,
Eloy Jimenez is 23.
yeah,
He's gonna be so good for so long.
our team just gonna hit a lot of home runs,
A lot of home runs.
and that's what we love to see.
Oh yeah,
Who doesn't want to see home runs?
Exactly.
not me. I love home.
I love him. Showed me
Well, I
all.
think Bellinger, I was going to pick him.
Yep, that's good. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted Belly, you took him, so we're gonna take Eloy.
Yeah. So haha.
There's
Wow.
I think, Eloy was the next outfielder on our board, so it's a good pick.
All right. We're gonna go back to our rotation here. I had this guy as our number 3 pitcher on our list. And that is Jack Flaherty.
Oh,
for
nice. Yep.
the Cardinals. Guy is nasty. He's a certified ace. He's 24 years old. If there's one thing that the Cardinals organization knows how to do, it's breed pitchers over the past 10, 15 years with Wainwright. Michael Wacha had a good run.
Chris
And
Carpenter.
Chris Carpenter, I think, came up with the A's actually, but him too. He was really, really good with those Cardinals teams of the mid 2000s.
Right.
But I think Jack Flaherty is great. He's 24 years old. He's going to be a bona fide top of your rotation type of guy for the next 10 years.
You
Hell
got
yeah.
slotting behind Shane Bieber, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
Now, we have Bueller.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bueller. Not bad. Not Bieber. I read the wrong B name. Still not bad. Yeah, that's a good pick right there. Flaherty was on our board. Yeah, that's a solid pick right there. So Dave, oh man, do you want to go second base, catcher? What do you want to go next?
I mean, we could take a reliever. We could take the best reliever.
That's true. We could corner the reliever market here.
Yeah, we could.
Want to do that?
I think that works.
All right. So really, we ranked 3 relievers just in case, but the only pick here for us was Devin Williams out of Milwaukee. The kid's absolutely filthy. I mean, what was it, Dave? A .33 ERA last year?
.33 ERA. Yeah, he gave up 1 run in 27 innings.
Oh my God.
It was a solo home run. And he gave up 8 hits, and he struck out 53 guys to 9 walks.
Jeez.
I mean, that's,
Wow.
Yikes, buddy.
yeah, he struck out 2 guys an inning.
That's good. That's good. Those are good numbers right there.
The only thing,
I've heard that's pretty good. I'm still waiting to confirm that.
It's kind of what you're asking for out of a reliever.
Yeah.
out he needs is to get out of Milwaukee.
You're rookie of the year, right?
Yeah, he was rookie of the year.
Oh, so that's a really good pick.
Yeah, that's a good pick, Dave. I like that. We have not sprung on relief pitchers in the past 2 drafts, but I like that pick. Devin Williams, clutch. He's going to be shutting it down behind aging Luis Castillo.
Castillo's going to be 40, giving it to Devin Williams.
Devin Williams, who will somehow still be 23 years old.
Devin, he's only 2 years younger than him, so it's not like he's 30 years younger than him.
Yeah, but he's a
But
young.
I still think Luis Castillo.
He's
could-
That's what I tell everybody.
I love Castillo. I love him. Anyway, it is to Team Steve Max. You guys have back-to-back picks.
All right, P-Max, go for it.
Tell me if I'm crazy, but I mean, I was watching this dude's highlights the other day, going around Twitter. Everyone saw it. He was nailing 100. I just looked at the top prospects list. He was number 1 as recent as a couple months ago. Right now, he's at 6'7", the second or third ranked pitcher. Kumar Rocker's obviously number 1. So tell me if I'm crazy for thinking about Jack Leader.
Dude, go for it.
I'm gonna pick Jack Leader. I'm also partly because I feel like he's gonna get taken off the board very soon here because he's 20 and he throws 100. And also his stats are just giving me some recency bias as well. Or his pitching performance is giving me recency bias. He's a baller. I think he's gonna I think he could be a Red Sox. So I'm along those lines too. So
I'd be
I'm
down for that.
happy with that.
I'd be very down for that if he ended up with the Red Sox.
He's falling a little bit right now. Sox might have an opportunity. We'll see.
So the unfortunate part, though, is that since you took Bieber and Leader, you need to keep taking guys whose name rhyme with each other. So you need to complete the rotation. That's a great pick. That's a good pick. It wasn't on our board. That was a total oversight. I mean, Jack Leader is such a high prospect. I mean, he's probably going to be. I mean, I don't really even know how to evaluate his dad's career. Like, his dad was a good pitcher, but I don't know if he was ever, like an elite pitcher.
He's pretty good.
He's quality. He's all-star level.
World Series champ, right? He won one with Florida, didn't he?
If he was on that team, yeah.
I think so. I think he was.
I can't remember if Al Leader played for the Marlins or not.
I think he did. He was on the 1917.
I think it was, yeah.
Anyway, your second pick, Steve.
All right, this is gonna be one of those Jim Tomei type picks where I'm putting him at first base.
Oh, here we go.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Give me Vlad Guerrero.
I love it. I was honestly going to ask you about this. Next round, I was going to say, are you fine with converting?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So you're putting Vlad Senior at first base, or
Yeah, senior, please.
so Vlad is going to start at first base this year because they signed Marcus Semien, and I think Marcus Semien is going to play third base.
Oh, that's right, because they got Biggio at short, right?
They got Bo Bichette at short, and they got
Calvin at second.
Biggio at second.
Isn't Marcus Semien like the king of errors? Doesn't he make a ton of errors?
Yeah.
Like he was like top 5 in MVP voting the other year. He's really, really good offensively. He's one of those like those weird stats where it's like a bunch of random letters that people put with like plus and minus signs.
Yeah.
He's good at those stats. Whatever those are, great. Fielding, not
CBS.
yeah. CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid.
The king. The king of the Z-score. And now it's like a defensive stat.
Yeah, playing third, knock the ball down and throw it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love that Vlad Jr. pick. I'm right on board with it. I think that's an excellent pick.
That's a great pick. That's a great pick. And it also kind of hurts Mike and Sean because that's a prime third baseman off the board. I think every third baseman off
We
the
have
board.
a third and a first.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, wait, who's your third baseman? Did I miss it?
Bregman.
Oh my God, it's right. You took Bregman. Idiot. Anyway, Dave, it's back to us. What position should we go with here?
Let's see. I mean, do you want to go shortstop? We don't need. I mean, we could go second baseman.
We could go second baseman. You want to take this the best one on the board according to our calculations?
I think it makes sense.
All right. Well, I think he's got a teammate with us too. So nope, he does not. So we're gonna take our second baseman next, and that's Ozzie Albies.
Yeah.
Damn. I had
well.
Second baseman.
Damn.
Dave, Ozzie Albies, our number one second baseman. Tell the people why.
Yeah, he's a really good player. I think one of the things too that's crazy is that they got Acuna and Albies for such ridiculous contracts.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like,
Stole him.
I mean, both of them combined are going to make what Tatis makes basically in 1 year. I mean, that's just an insane thing to say.
Honestly, they like low key are shafting them.
They
What was
are.
it? 70 for Albies and 100 for Acuna?
Yeah,
Hey,
it's like
find better contracts. Be smarter. I don't know what to tell you.
they need better agents.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
let's be fair. How old's Acuna?
He is 22, and Albies is only 23. I feel like Albies has been in the league for like 7 years.
You know, Acuna's contract is how long that he's on right now?
7 years.
7 or 8 years for $100 million.
He's still cashing. I mean, Mookie Betts one later.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not going to make it to the end of that contract.
Albies' contract is 7 years for $35 million
Oh my god!
Yeah, there's no way they're making that to the end of that.
with
that-
2 team options.
Oh man, the Braves.
Oh, no way.
He's
I thought it was like
free agent
70
till
million.
2028.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
When was it signed?
2028 is free agent. 7 years, $35 million. I think the
Well,
two
well,
options
when
are like 15
When
million.
did he sign?
Last year ago.
Oh, last year he
Yeah.
signed. Yeah.
Damn.
Sean Fernie played with him in the minors.
Yeah, he did. When he was on the Braves, what, AA?
I think A-ball. I don't think
Oh.
Fernie ever made it to AA.
Yeah, Albies is he's just I think he's a great player and a great compliment to what what we're building. You know what? We'll pay him more. We'll pay him a little bit more with this team.
We need to double that contract at least, if not quadruple.
All right, Dave, that's bad negotiating.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like baseball contracts make the least sense of any sport. Like, I'm shocked by that. But meanwhile, you'll have, I don't know, I feel like a mid pitcher make, as long as they're a starter, is
Dude,
guaranteed to make
Jay Happ made
Right.
like $20 million a year for a 4.6
Yeah.
ERA.
Like, I
Oh,
bet
the Yankees?
Yeah.
Well, it's the Yankees. I mean, they just throw money at anybody. Look at what
They-
they just
they
gave
brought-
Kluber, like 10 mil for a year.
They brought J-Hap here to face the Red Sox.
How'd that work out?
He got clobbered.
He got smoked.
Look who
Super
that-
bastards.
One of the best at-bats I've ever seen.
Team Pilgrim, you guys are back-to-back picks now.
Mike, you can announce our final outfielder.
Oh, let me go. I forgot who we're picking.
Andrew McCutchen.
Listen, I love Kutch.
That's true.
Was a huge fan.
When we
Same
finally
here.
get 2010s, I'm sure Andrew McCutchen will get taken, but not this time.
We're gonna go with Randy Bonds.
That Randy Rosarina, I'm assuming.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
okay.
I mean, the guy just can't do anything besides hit home runs.
Walking rake in the playoffs. Absolute
just
walking rake.
Absurd.
25 years old.
And it's crazy too is how out of nowhere it came because he got
Literally, like
Yeah.
nobody knew who this guy was, and then the playoffs, he's just like dinger,
I can hear
dinger. Like
a lot of people didn't even expect him to make the Rays playoff roster. Like that's how out of nowhere this came. I love it. I and he's what 24. I think that's an awesome pick.
yeah,
It's a great pick.
All right. Our next pick, we're going to pick the guy with the best hair this entire draft. We're gonna go. No, not. We're going with another pitcher here, a guy who I thought the Red Sox should have just traded Mookie straight up for, and that's Dustin May. Guy has electric stuff. I mean, he throws, upper 90s to 100. His fastball move, like he throws like a two-seam sinker type of fastball that
Filthy.
drops off the plate and it moves so much. And he's got great hair.
As soon as you said the best hair in the draft, I started to fill out the ticker.
I saw it.
I was like, I know this. I know what he's going to say. And even when you said the Mookie trade, I was like, yeah, they definitely should have gotten him.
They should have, yes.
he made a lot of people look silly.
Oh my god! If they said that Dustin May was just for Mookie straight up, I would have said, all right. I mean, at least we're getting Dustin May out of it. But I like Verdugo. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We should have got both.
Yeah.
He's surely a player. Let's put it that way. All right, Dave. So
What do we have? What do we need that's left?
catcher, first base, shortstop, outfield, DH, two pitchers, and our manager.
Okay.
I don't think really there's nobody like that sticks out at catcher to me, but like catcher's the only position that's like really like I don't know.
I mean, do you want to take? Should we take him?
that would be a gamble. That would be. I think
mean-
I think either him or him, honestly. Or let's go. Let's do him. Let's do your boy, Dave. Let's do it. Let me type it out, and we'll. Dave and I are going to add our fourth starter to the rotation, and that is a Mr. Sixto Sanchez.
Oh, I wanted him. He's going to be unbelievable.
He's gonna be filthy.
He's tops out at like 102.
Yeah, he's 21 years old. He just finished his first year at 3.46 ERA.
Yeah, he's not bad. He was my next pitcher up on my list.
He's gonna end up striking out 200 guys a year. His stuff is so good.
It's gonna be like a Pedro type.
Yeah.
I mean, as good as Pedro, nobody's ever gonna be that good.
Right.
21 years old too. So even in 10 years, he'll be 31.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Dave, that was solid, Dave. That was solid. What happened, Steve? Was it in this or something else?
No, just you guys. Yeah. Just,
I thought it was a Celtics thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, so Sixto Sanchez, our fourth starter. I like it, Dave. That's a good pick. That was a solid highlight on the Google Doc there because we were gonna go somebody else and I would have been as happy. But I like Sixto
The
Sanchez.
first one would have been chaotic.
That would have been tough. All right. So it is up to Steve, Team Steve Max. Well, what's your first pick here, fellas?
all right, how you feeling, B-Max? Anybody in mind?
Sounds like Sixto Sanchez rattled the entire crew.
That it did. That was painful.
Sent everybody just tail between their legs.
Reeling. Yeah.
Really?
I do have a guy that I'm thinking about. I have two guys actually, so I want B-Max to go.
Snap! I was muted this entire time. I was just talking to myself.
Talking into the ether.
Are we picking 5 starters?
Yep.
Okay, so we've got 2, so I don't think we're in like the red zone there, but just something to consider as a need eventually. We also need a second baseman. So
Yes.
what I was thinking is we could draft one of 2 very excellent shortstops, maybe even one of 3 excellent. Move Wando Franco to second base, and we could go that route.
Now we're thinking.
Who are you thinking about, Brandon?
In that instance, I was thinking probably either Francisco Lindor or Corey Seager.
I'm down for Lindor.
Lindor? All right, I'm down with Lindor too. Francisco Lindor going to short, and we're gonna move Wander Franco to second.
Shit, Jake, we played it too far.
Nah, there's a lot of good shortstops here, Dave. We're fine.
I just gave you another one, so.
Oh wait, don't worry, we had him down. Lindor. I keep forgetting he's with the Mets now.
Can we take Nomar?
Yeah, Nomar for sure. He's
Are
coming
you talking pre or post steroids, Nomar?
Definitely post.
And with the broken wrist or whatever it was. No,
we need the steroids to help heal his decrepit body.
Oh, okay.
So FYI, Steve and Brandon, you guys still need a catcher, a DH, 3 pitchers, a reliever, and your manager.
Well, funny you should say that because here we go. You ready for this, B-Max? I'm going for it. For catcher, we're going Adley Rutschman.
It's
I
on
love that.
Top of the
Love
board.
that pick. I love that pick.
Let's go.
Number 2 overall prospect in the MLB.
Top of the board. I like it.
You're thinking of a guy that you want to be like your stalwart behind the plate for a long time. You get this dude 10 years from now, only going to be 33. That's like
Right.
time for a catcher. Because catchers also, if he can hit, that's a bonus. Like,
Right.
if he doesn't, I mean, he's just like every other catcher. As long as he's got the good fundamentals down. We're seeing Gary Sanchez running through those problems because when your back goes silent, you're kind of in no man's land when you're a catcher and you can't play defense.
Yeah, right.
I think we're sitting pretty with this pick. I love it.
Yeah, this could be like a Buster Posey type kind of pick where
Or
Yeah,
Matt Wieters.
exactly, yeah. Exactly. Wieters, yeah. Wieters was not that bad actually. He wasn't that good, but Wieters was hyped.
See, the thing is, Dave and I were talking about off air. Like, yeah, Rutschman's definitely the top pick for catchers. Just like it's so hard that like you're not a catcher for like forever. Like you're a really good catcher for a while, but like your knees start to give out and like you need to move to first base. So it's good for you guys when you lose. When Vlad Guerrero, I guess they're the same age-ish, but when he retires, if he retires, you can move Rutschman to first base.
There you go.
Actually, Adley Rutschman is older than Vlad Guerrero.
That's unfortunate.
You know what? Hey, that's what we got the DH for. If the knees need a break every now and then, just take some hacks at the plate 4 times. Don't worry about the field tonight. Tomorrow come back refreshed. We're gonna be fine. Don't worry.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's right. I like the confidence. I love it. All right, Dave. So I don't think we should mess around with shortstop anymore. How about this fella right here?
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I think that's it's between 2 guys, and Corey Seager's our pick. He's a stud. I mean, there's really no way to describe it. I mean, we wanted to take Lindor. We did not expect the old Steve 1-2 there, but it's okay. Corey Seager's a fine consolation prize. Kid's a stud. Dave, tell the people a little bit more about Corey Seager.
Yeah, I mean, the guy is awesome. He had a little bit of an injury problem 2 years ago or 3 years ago, but 2 years ago at 19, he led the league in doubles, had 19 homers, 87 RBIs. Last year he had 307, 15 home runs, so he kind of bounced back after I think he had a rib problem or a knee problem too. He can kind of do it all, and he's still only 26, so even in 10 years he'll be 36 years old. He'll still be probably productive. I don't know if he'll be able to play short by then, but he'll at least be productive, and he can be a good hitter at that point still.
Yeah. I mean, Corey Seager being the 4th shortstop off the board kind of just tells you how stacked the position is for years to come.
I think it's probably the deepest position in the MLB.
Yeah. At least in the infield. Like outfield, like cheaper.
Yeah, outfield's different. Yeah.
Like
Can we also talk about how thin catcher and first base is? Like first base is never this thin.
Real thin.
Yeah. It's not a position that like is as big as I feel like since RBIs isn't as like important as a stat anymore. First base just kind of went away as being like a priority position in the middle of your lineup.
Yeah.
Right.
It's okay.
I think that's fair. Yeah, that's a good point.
But I think teams more so use it now as all right. Like I was saying, in terms of it's not DH, it's like diet DH. They're like,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
you can't play third base today. You're going to play first. You can't play catcher today. You're going to play first.
It's okay, Dave. We'll get Gary Sanchez.
Can we get John Olerud if he comes with the helmet?
What's
For sure.
what's that? What's the? Oh my God, Cervelli. We'll get Cervelli. We'll see him out there.
Man,
Steroids.
sure.
So, Team Pilgrim, you guys still need your catcher, your second baseman, your DH, 2 starters, a reliever, and a manager.
All right, Mike, you want to
Sorry, I had to grab my charger.
all good. You want to announce our DH?
Jordan Alvarez.
Yep.
We got a lot of home runs in the future on this team.
Great pick.
Lots of home runs.
Jordan, Yordan. It's Jordan with a Y.
Gotcha. Okay, I just want to make sure.
I almost picked him instead of Adley.
Houston, right?
Yeah, he's Houston.
Yeah, I think he hit like 35 home runs in 2019 or something.
Rookie of the year, I think.
Yeah, he has insane power, and he's a lefty.
Very fast hands.
Yeah, he's a lefty. He plays in Houston. Houston is like a great home run hitter's park. It's got a short porch in left field. The guy rakes.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Awesome pick.
Rookie of the year in 2019, like we said. And embarrassment of riches in Houston. It's a shame that they don't go about it in savory ways.
They were so bad for so long that they got so many high draft picks. That's why they got Correa and Bregman and George Springer.
Mark Apple.
Mark, they got and they're
Yeah. And Alvarez, I'm sure he was probably like a foreign player signing that they got, but I mean, still, whoever's in control of their farm system or their scouting is doing a great job. The Red Sox should probably poach him.
Was it? Oh no, I'm thinking of the St. Louis guy that got arrested.
Yeah, for Steve Computer, yeah.
Right.
Remember John Singleton?
Yeah.
Remember him for the Astros?
10 years, $10 million, right?
Yeah. And he spent it all.
That's like a Magic Johnson deal. Magic Johnson signed a 20-year, $20 million deal with the Lakers.
No way.
Ridiculous.
But that was when that was like a lot of money.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, don't get me wrong. That's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
No,
fucking do right now.
I'm still never gonna sniff that much of my lifetime, but
All right, so you guys still need a catcher, a second baseman, 2 starters, a reliever, and your manager. I shouldn't even bother saying manager. It's always going to be everybody's last pick.
Did you go yet, or was that our first pick?
That was our first pick. So our second pick, we're going to go with another starter, and we're going with Tyler Glass now. He is 27 years old, so I don't know like how good he's going to be in 10 years. But right now, that guy's got it. He's another one of those guys where everything he throws moves, and he throws really, really hard. He's got a good 2 to 3 pitch mix, and when he is on, I mean, he is impossible to hit.
Yeah.
He's also like, 6'9" or something like that?
He's gigantic.
He's huge. When he releases the ball, it's like already at the plate.
Yeah, Glass now was pretty high on our list. I think he was, 5th, 6th, Dave?
he was 8th on ours.
8th, I'm sorry. He was still pretty high on our list, in consideration for that spot. But, yeah, I mean, he's a great pitcher. The only issue, or maybe not issue, but concern I have is he also has some injury problems.
Yeah.
Because he throws so hard.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's a fireballer, but he's already the postseason strikeout leader for the Rays. I mean, he's gonna probably
really. That's absurd.
Yeah,
with the amount of great pitchers that the Rays have had in their history, that's another team that breeds pitchers.
Yeah,
the fact that he's their postseason leader is pretty cool.
Yeah,
it is
pretty crazy. Yeah, he just mowed people down last year. Really, really good pitcher. That's a good pick.
How many seasons has he even pitched with them? Was it just that one?
Is this
2 to 3?
Oh, they've definitely probably 2 to 3 because they've made the playoffs the past couple years.
Yeah, because I couldn't remember he came from the Pirates, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He was a part of that Chris Archer trade.
Austin
They won the hell out of that trade.
Oh my God. Meadows is a stud too.
Absolutely.
Archer's biggest highlight was being a part of that Amir Garrett clip.
Yeah. All right, Dave, we need a catcher, a first baseman, an outfielder, a DH, a starter, and our manager. Where do we want to go next? Do you want to go outfield?
We could go outfield, and that would be a third guy, right?
It would be.
I'm
between really 7 and 8.
Well, we have Trout in center field, and so we just need a corner outfielder, so we could take anyone really.
Yeah, exactly. Because they can any of these guys will be dynamic out there.
Yeah.
I think he's like a more consistent player.
Yeah, he's
But
a
I wouldn't
better
mind.
fielder.
So what do you think?
He steals a lot of bases too.
It's your call. 7 or 8. Which one?
Let's mix it up. Let's go 8.
All right, let's do it. Let me write it down here, and I'll edit it and put it in the thing. This is pick number 32, and we are going to round out our outfield. And apologies to Mr. Steve Scott. We're taking Byron Buxton.
You son of a bitch.
Buxton is one of those guys who looked like a bust early on, but he's finally coming to his own.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, he hit 156 in 2018. He only had 90 at bats because he was hurt all year. But then he bounced back 262, 254. But he plays like ridiculously good defense, and he steals a shit ton of bases every year. So there's a lot of value in that. And I think eventually he'll be like a 280 hitter kind of. He's only 26 right now, so he's still not in his prime yet too. So I think there's a solid chance. Yeah, he holds his value long term with the fielding and the bases stealing.
Or ridiculously good defense, I think, is an understatement. I think he won back-to-back platinum gloves, which is like the best defensive player in the league, the American League, National League, and he beat out like my favorite Red Sox player, Jackie Bradley Jr., and guys like that.
Kevin Pillar.
Yeah, Pilar, Kiermaier. I mean, those guys are unbelievable in the field. Matt Chapman, he's really good.
I remember when he was in the minors too. It was Jackie Bradley and him as the two best defensive outfielders, and everyone always took Buxton because he was faster.
Yeah.
So team Steve Max, you guys need your DH, 3 starters, a reliever, and a manager.
3 starters. All right.
All you've got so far is Shane Bieber and Jack Leiter.
Jake Peavy?
We're set.
Ben Sheets.
Ben Sheets.
You do not speak ill of Ben Sheets.
Our next pick, Scott Downs.
Yeah.
Remember Scott Downs?
Yeah, Scott Downs is the leader for the Blue Jays.
Yep, that's our next pick.
Scott Schoenweiss. Do I take Scott Schoenweiss?
On the board.
Who was the dude that Gustavo Chassin? Remember him?
Yeah.
I threw a perfect game with him in MLB baseball one time.
I threw a perfect game with Kelvin Escobar in MVP baseball. I love Kelvin Escobar. No one else knows that person other than like people who played that game. But Kelvin Escobar.
The goggles. He had the goggles.
All right. So who's your? I'm assuming you're taking a pitcher, but
I don't even know. Like I'm looking at.
one.
All right, yeah, let's hear it because your guess is way better.
Right. I have actually. I can send you a B-Max. I have some serious stud pitchers that are not that haven't been taken yet. But the one that I think that stands out to me most is Jesus Luzardo. The Oakland A's.
Cool with me. Let's do it.
Dude, he's gonna be a stud. He's gonna be a stud next year and beyond.
Another team that breeds pitching.
That's true.
Sean Manaea of the no-hitter against the Red Sox.
Yeah, well.
23 years old. I'm looking at his stats right now.
I think it was last year.
Yeah, I'm happy with this pick.
I spelled his name wrong, didn't I?
I think you're right.
I think it's a L-U.
Is it
L-U-Z-A-R-D-O.
L-U-Z, got it.
A-R-D-O.
He could be watching this, so I gotta make sure.
He definitely is.
Hey, honestly, baseball players have like 500 followers, like half the league. So
yeah, that's true.
I mean, you did a Fernando Tatis trying to scam Steve, so
yeah, that's true.
Just such a wild story.
That is a wacky story. That's a fucked up.
That's such a good story, Steve. I love it.
Because it's like so connected to him. Like,
you're right.
Who was gonna? He probably made money off of that too.
Right.
Man, did you hear about what
minor league
he
baseball
did in the minor leagues where he signed the advanced contract?
No, what happened?
So he signed an advanced contract, and they won't disclose how much or what the percentage was for. So in the minor leagues, he signed this contract where they give him money as an advance, but whatever he signs, his first big signing, like his first signing in the MLB, he has to pay a percentage to this company. So he just signed this $134 million deal. So it was like a $500,000 was like 1 point something percent, like $250,000 was some odd percent. So whatever they gave him, whatever he makes on this contract now, he has to pay them a percentage of it.
Yeah, I saw
They're
that.
probably getting like tens of millions then in that case.
I would say, imagine that they get 10%, they get $34 million. Talk about a return on investment.
Dude, right? But like, why would you sign? I heard it on WEI, and like they were talking about. I think it was on OMF. They're like his dad couldn't have been like, yeah, here's a couple $1 million to like just
Time
get
to go.
like
Yeah, for real.
like his dad was a professional baseball player. I mean, I don't know how much money he made, but like he couldn't have helped him out. He had to go and do that.
Not in his situation, at least. But have you ever heard about the story of Aroldis Chapman? How he literally, so he had tried to come to the U.S. before, and he got blocked from doing it in Cuba. So they made him. They were like, "You're going to jail, or you're telling us who helped you do this." Threw those guys in jail, and they basically kept a watch on him, so he couldn't go anywhere. And then he went to this tournament. I think it was like in the Netherlands, and he literally went to anyone, friends, family, no one. He just walked out, hopped on a bus, left.
No way.
Yeah.
Puig too, right? Or Puig did.
Yeah, Puig
Yeah.
owed a bunch of money to people to defect from Cuba.
Well, the Hernandez brothers, Levon and what was his brother's name?
Gorky's.
What's that?
Gorky's.
That's a more recent one, right?
No, Levon and
Orlando.
Orlando.
I can't remember it though.
El
They
Duque.
El Duque. I can remember
That's
his
his brother?
Yeah, their
I
brother.
didn't do that.
They did a 30 for 30 about them defecting from Cuba. They came over on a raft from Cuba. They barely made it. They thought they were gonna die on this boat.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
legit. That being said, you guys have another pick.
All right, B-Max.
Oh, sorry. That was nasty. Oh, my God.
Hopefully something
For the
good.
game right now.
It's 87-87.
Oh, nice.
Finally.
All right. So you guys still need 2 starters, reliever, manager, DH.
So I mean, I feel like as far as relievers go, this guy's kind of an obvious choice because he's good, but I don't really care about picking a reliever. Like, I feel like they're good one year, bad the next. So
True.
I'm honestly not even having that on my radar.
Brandon, let's bring in Devin Williams to the chat.
I think he might be an exception considering 0.33. There are other guys. I mean, they're great relievers. They have longevity to them. But again, I feel like some of these guys are very hit or miss. Like watch Ottavino ball out this year while he was ass last year. Yeah. So for that reason, I'm just proposing something. I'm not saying we're doing this. We have an outfield, but we're picking Mookie, who's 28 now. What if we move Mookie to DH someday, and we got another outfielder? So that's just something.
You could just move the other outfielder to DH, right?
That I know, but I'm saying I'm just thinking 10 years down the road.
That's true.
Logically, if we were to say, all right, we've got a 38-year-old Mookie Betts in our lineup, we can have him play the outfield. We can have him play DH too. So I don't necessarily have a person I'm too comfortable with. I have ideas. So if you have any outfielders in mind or big names like that, let's hear them. Because a young guy,
Jackie Bradley Jr.
Kyle Lewis, because he won Rookie of the Year.
Andrew Benintendi?
I have one more big prospect, B-Max.
I want to hear it.
Jared Kalenic.
What's he?
Blaze Jordan.
And Blaze Jordan, yeah. But Jared Kalenic of the Mariners, he's the what number prospect is he? He's going to be insane.
You know how I know him? He was actually one of the dudes that this guy just got fired for talking about manipulating his service.
Oh,
time.
yeah. Right.
So,
We got fired? I didn't see that.
he resigned.
Oh, okay, good.
They called it WEI too. The Mariners GM resigned.
Oh, yeah.
Are you taking that guy?
the GM?
No. Kalenic.
Take up your manager.
Right here. We got no way.
My guy.
Yeah,
Are you taking Kalenic though?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a great pick, especially because that gives him as a number 4. I think
Right.
that's a great pick.
Oh, I love it. That's badass. That's a great team.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Seattle, another one of those teams. They have some good players over there. They just probably won't get very far because they're in a division with Houston, Oakland, and Mike Trout. So good luck.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Angels aren't really going anywhere either. So.
I was gonna say you got the Angels who are ass. You got the Astros who any year now could be the end of it. I mean, it could be this year because they lost Springer, so that could be wide open for them.
My counterpoint is they are the Mariners and have not made the playoffs since I was 6.
Oh yeah, Hey, I'm not vouching for them. Believe me, I'm not,
I
I'm not saying they will either. Also, watch the SB Nation video on them if you got
Yeah.
time.
It's great. The collapse video, fantastic.
Oh my god, it's so good. No,
And
not
then-
even the last video. They have like a full thing
Oh,
about
yeah,
the
yeah.
history of the Mariners.
Yeah, John Boyce, the man. Brandon,
Yep.
you got me into those SB Nation videos. Those are amazing.
They're fire.
They're
They
great.
put a lot into it.
All right, Dave, what are we thinking here? We still need our catcher, our first baseman, a DH, a starter, and our manager.
Who was our other pick?
Your other pick was Luzardo.
That's right. Thank you.
All right, Dave, what are we thinking?
Do you want to? I mean, do you want to try to get a DH? And we could get,
Yeah, I mean,
we could get
I
this guy.
I'm between that guy and if you scroll down a little bit, this guy.
Isn't the first guy younger though?
He is younger, but I feel like if you're putting him at DH, it might not matter
That's true.
because he could just rake into his late 30s.
That's true. I'm fine with either guy, so it's really up to you.
Oh man, you're putting me in a corner here. I don't like it, but I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. So like Dave said, this guy is a little bit older than our other pick, but I feel like if I'm putting him at DH, he could definitely have pop for later into his career, and that's Christian Yelich. I mean, the guy's an MVP. He's got a lot of pop. It's a lot of homers, and if you're putting him at, he's not going to be in the outfield, running around till his late 30s, I don't think. But if we're putting him at DH, I have no problem running him out there till his late 30s. So
How old is Yelly?
29.
29. Yeah.
Really?
I was gonna say 28 or 29, but they talk about a guy who got traded for pennies on the dollar too.
Yeah.
Man,
Thanks, Jeter.
The Marlins are so good at just getting rid of all of their talent. Like
Dude, Ozuna. I
after,
mean, I wouldn't say Stanton because that guy sucked after he left the Miami.
after they won in '97, they got rid of everybody. After they won in 2003, they got rid of everybody. And
This
they
time they
had,
have to win.
that team they had JT Real Muto on that team.
Oh, that's right.
Ozuna was on that team.
What was their shortstop's name? He was pretty good too.
Anthony Ramirez.
No,
Heck of
recently.
a
Yeah, Hechavarria, whatever his name was.
D. Gordon.
Yeah,
Echeverria.
D. Gordon. Damn,
Yeah.
they had so much talent.
Team.
Who'd they have playing first? They had a stud at first too.
Justin Moore.
was their first.
Yeah.
More. Yeah, that dude mashed.
That dude's like the slowest player in baseball. Him and our
He almost won the home run derby.
I almost said Dustin Moore. That's a completely different player.
I love him. Rocky's great.
Justin Moore crawled so Joey Gallo could walk.
Gallo mashes though.
He does mash.
What's up?
Joey Gallo, yeah.
Our favorite, one of my favorite Sports Jeopardy trivia points about Joey Gallo, the only player in Major League Baseball history to have a season with more than 40 home runs and fewer than 100 hits. Only player to ever do it. It's
Really?
That's such an insane stat.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Man, talk about just trying to go bridge every time.
Yeah, that's all he does.
He wasn't trying to hit anything besides a home run.
He's
No.
the personification of playing MVP 05 as an 11-year-old. Like
Oh
all you're
my
doing
God.
is like yard. You're gonna hit like 96, but you're gonna have like 50 homers. Like it's just how it is. But yeah, Joey Gallo is not who I'm picking because he'd be a good DH. Not gonna lie,
He
but
would be a good deal.
He would be.
the only thing I would take him for is DH. But anyway,
Stick the long ball, man.
that's right. Team Pilgrim, you guys still need your catcher, second baseman, starter, reliever, and manager.
All right. We're gonna go with a catcher with the first pick. I think other than Mr. Rutschman, I think that catcher is such a thin position for young guys. We're going with Will Smith, the catcher for the Dodgers. The Dodgers, as Rob Manfred once put it. Will Smith, 25 years old. He's a great catcher. They had him listed as like the number 50 overall player on MLB's top 100, which I thought was crazy. But I mean, he's got a great pitching staff to catch for. We already have two guys in our staff that are on that Dodgers staff. So I mean, got a nice little pitcher catcher relationship going
Team
on.
Chem.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
big.
good. So yeah, Will Smith as our catcher.
Good, I like that. He was second on our board for catchers, and it was a very tough call to make because after Adley Rutschman, it was pretty much what else are we doing
Yeah,
here?
roll the dice.
So Dave, we can save catcher for a while.
Yeah, I think that's our last pick.
Catcher might be our last pick, even after manager might be our last pick.
Hey, you never know. Even I could pick two catchers in a row right here.
Well, you
Just
can't. You have nowhere to put him. Unless you're drafting Wilson Contreras to be your manager, I don't think you're.
Yeah,
you're drafting.
are you telling me a catcher can't be a starting pitcher as well?
Come on.
I don't think so. I don't think. I mean, it's going to be like an MVP 05 where they go out there and it's like you literally can't play them. Like you have to switch pitchers before the inning even starts.
Yeah, you have a position player as pitcher right now.
It's
I love doing that.
Do it. So Team Pilgrim, you guys have a second pick as well, and you need a starter, reliever, second baseman, and manager.
We're gonna take a.
Hold on, Mike. I just sent you a text. You want to go? You want to go bold here with this pick? Just so
Sean Casey, the mayor.
Yeah.
Dude, Sean Casey. No, I think we can wait. I think we can wait.
All right. Hold on. What about take a look at that list? Do you want to take the guy that's number 3 on the list that we got for relievers instead?
Oh, let me go look at relievers.
By the way, Heath Bell is still on the board. If you want to take Heath Bell.
Is Rod Beck still there? Because I'm greatly considering Rod Beck here.
Wait, who was Heath Bell to do that? Sprinted in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Slid into them. That's unreal.
He put like a fairway-sized divot right.
He was a big man. That was a big man, dude.
Is Joaquin Benoit still playing, or did he retire finally?
Dude, you know he got didn't he get hurt playing Guitar Hero?
No, that was Joel Zumaya.
That was you, Sean. That was you.
I love Guitar
You
Hero.
know what's crazy? Joel Zumaya was pitching like insane levels that people have not reached in like 50 years. Guitar Hero ended that dude's career. He was 23.
Yeah.
Honestly, Sean, I don't know much about this guy.
You know what? There's worse ways to go out than
He was
playing.
the guy the big, huge lefty for the Dodgers is in the playoff that was throwing like 101. Should be on the Red Sox right now.
Yeah,
Gratterall?
Yeah.
Is that your pick?
You know what's crazy about him?
Or do you want to go with another guy instead?
I think we should go with the other guy.
All right, we're gonna go Josh Hader instead.
Okay.
That was someone I was considering.
Josh Hader.
Great hair on the guy. We're big hair guys.
We're big hair guys, big home run guys who throw fast.
Big hairs, big homers.
I mean, basically, we're all about the sexy parts of baseball these days.
Yes.
High velocity fastballs,
Strikeouts, home runs,
strikeout,
and hair.
That's really what it comes down.
Very cool team.
You need that.
Huh. Okay, that's good. I like Josh Hader there. Milwaukee Brewers, obviously good pitcher. Damn. So Dave, I'm thinking our last starter here.
Okay.
So scroll down to the list. We can either go with Chaos with him, or even him, or we could go safe young player with him, maybe him. Give me a number and we'll pick it. How about that?
Do you want to go him?
I'm between 9, 13, and 14, honestly.
Let's do 9. What the hell?
Okay.
Let's throw it up.
I agree. I think that's our best pick. So we're going to complete our rotation with Casey Mize
Oh, good pick.
of the Detroit Tigers organization. I believe he was a top pick, right?
Yeah, he was the number 1 pick.
Auburn. Where's he from?
He's 23. He's 23, and he got drafted from
Come on.
Auburn.
Auburn.
Guy.
I got that one before Dave did. Wow, that's amazing.
He's from Springfield, Alabama.
Wow, perfect.
What's his
Springfield, Mass.
No, Alabama.
I know. I heard.
What's his?
What, Brandon?
I said, what's his credit card number?
His social security number is. Give a pen.
Please don't.
What was
say
his pet's first name?
You got his mom's maiden name on there too.
It doesn't say that. It says first school and dog's name. I don't know. It doesn't. Maiden name.
Classic.
Casey Mize, check him out. He's going to be a great pitcher for the Tigers, and then God willing, he'll get somewhere else.
Yeah, saw him suck.
Right.
Ball game.
What's his name? What was it? Andrew? How am I forgetting his name? Andrew Miller.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He was the number 1.
Hey,
filthy.
if Casey Mize turns into Andrew Miller in the bullpen, we'll take it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's a good take right there.
All right, so it is back to Steve God damn, I get that name wrong every time. Steve and Brandon, you guys still need 2 starters and your manager. And
No, I thought we needed a starter, a DH, and a reliever.
no, you took Kalenic, your DH. You need 2 starters A reliever and manager.
That literally sounds like Kalanick.
You say Paul Konerko?
What position is Kalanick?
He's an outfielder, but you have him at DH right now.
All right, cool. So we need what? 2 starters and a reliever?
And a manager, yep.
Reliever, when they said Gratterall, I was kind of thinking about him, honestly.
Yeah.
22.
Nasty.
He also throws 100, looking like the least effort I've ever seen anyone ever throw 100 miles per hour before.
For sure.
Like, he doesn't even cock his arm back, I feel like. It just flies out of his.
He doesn't even wind up. It just throws it.
It's just
Nothing. He's just like,
He just shot puts it.
yeah.
I'm trying my best with the spelling on this name, but I think that's right.
I think you're right. So do you feel good with that pick, Steve?
I love it. Yes, absolutely.
Because after Hader, I feel like he was the next
Yeah,
best pick.
Gratterall is going to be great for a long time, I think.
And he should be on the Red Sox. I'm going to say that just a couple more.
Anybody that's on
Anybody
Dodgers.
Red Sox front office staff that's listening, maybe Heim, you screwed that one up.
Well, Heim wasn't there. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he was.
We got.
He made that
But,
trade.
but instead of Gratterall, we got Jeter Downs.
Ooh, Jeter Downs. Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to see him hit 220 in 5 years.
Right?
What was the original? Was it the original like Kei Maeda and Bruce Gratterall?
No, Gratterall went to the Twins. The
No.
Twins threw in Gratterall to us as a part of that trade.
We got Martin Perez.
Verdugo.
Yep.
And instead we didn't want Gratterall because they thought that his
Because we're
arm
idiots.
hurt. And then so we turned him down, and the Dodgers were like, yeah, we'll take this guy. He throws like 103.
Just put him in the back of the pen.
Exactly.
He could be.
Yeah, somehow the Dodgers get him, and like he becomes the best reliever.
Yeah,
Oh.
Jansen stinks now, so they're like, yeah, let's just get this guy.
Things just seem to work out for the Dodgers. All right, guys, what do you got next? We need a couple of starters.
Okay, I have one. Ready for this? It is. Wait, I didn't take him already, did I? Hold on. No, I didn't. Mackenzie Gore.
Nice.
I like it.
Thank you.
I like it.
From where?
Is that another White Sox?
Padres.
Oh,
Yeah.
Padres.
He's currently blocked, and he has no path to the majors because they signed like every guy possible. But I think that at some point this year they'll trade him because the Padres want to contend.
And they also still have. It's crazy. They traded like 50,000 prospects, and they still have another 50,000.
Yeah, they still have like all their top ones.
Who, the Padres?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But tell me, I love this pick. Just speaking of the Padres, tell me what y'all think. I think they're going to be a good team, but I also think it kind of shows a problem when you have like 55 trades for your roster. Like you have no direction, I feel like. But
That's true. Yeah, the whole team is like all trades or signings. It's like an MLB The Show team.
Exactly. So
I
we'll
mean,
see how it works.
it depends on what you like. Do you consider like? I mean, Tatis and Cronenworth, like those are some legit players that came up through their system. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
But I'm just saying, like
Tatis,
Clevenger, for example.
Tatis was gifted to them for James Shields.
I'm just saying, like, for example, Clevenger, he's pitched like 2 games, already hurt, gave a bunch for him. They got like 7 other starters. So it's like, when are these guys ever going to be in the same rotation? But I mean, also, if you win a World Series, none of that matters. And you're also playing the
true.
Dodgers, who have a team.
Tatum so clutch.
And that doesn't matter for our team either. So I love that pick.
That's fair. All right, Dave. Do you want to go crazy and take our manager?
Are we thinking the number one guy?
Oh, we're thinking the number one guy.
Wait, what do we have left? We have catcher, and that's it.
Catcher and first base, but everybody else has taken those, so we don't
Oh
have to
yeah, let's
remove.
go manager then.
So we are going to take our manager, obviously. And this was the most fun one to do because you don't have to take guys who are necessarily in baseball right now. I mean, or coaching or whatever. So when Dave threw this name out there, I was like, that guy's number one on our board, and I would love to see him be a coach. Our manager is Mike Lowell.
Ooh, all right.
Wow.
Whoa.
Like that.
Really?
That's like,
Mikey Lowell, huh? You think he's going to be a manager?
Hell yeah, he speaks Spanish too.
He is. He's Cuban.
He speaks that niche.
a good pick.
I think he also beat cancer.
He did.
He did.
Damn,
Yeah.
right he did.
I fucking love Mike Lowell, dude.
Cancer could definitely not beat Mike Lowell. That guy's
No way.
way too much of a stud.
He's such a beauty, dude.
Mike Lowell was number one on our board.
Unreal, dude.
Since
Wow.
since we can't take another manager, we'll just say our other two were Michael Young and Jason Varitek.
I was gonna say, Mike, do you want to take a nice pair of Veritex?
I love me some Veritex, dude. Oh man.
I'm gonna say what you said.
Oh God.
Can
Do
we
I?
just take Veritek as catcher?
Nah. You're out.
You know what I was gonna? Can we put Kenley Jansen as our catcher because he played catcher one time?
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
like
up. He was
fantasy
the catcher on the Netherlands World Baseball Classic team.
If you put him at catcher, he is your everyday catcher.
Yeah, that's all right. The guy can't pitch anymore, so he's got to be good for something.
He's also hitting in your lineup.
Now we'll have a pitcher. We'll DH for Kenley Jansen.
we'll pick up Bumgarner just to hit for him.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a sight to see. All right, so we got our manager, Sean and Mike. You guys still need your starter. You need a starter, a manager, and a second baseman.
Let's take Mike. Let's take our manager. Do we want to go? Do we want to go like Jake's route, or do we want to go our actual number one manager that we got? I'm good either way.
I think we should go with the way we wanted.
All right. We're going definitely team.
Kemba Walker
Nailed it.
is our manager.
No, we're going Cora. I love Alex Cora. I don't care that he took a nice little 1 year hiatus. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's Bill.
Preach.
I mean,
Bill knows.
the players love Alex Cora. Like
I love Cora,
I
too.
don't think I've ever heard a player ever say anything bad about the guy.
He also speaks Spanish.
He also speaks Spanish.
So definitely a plus.
And Mike, I sent you a couple texts about last starting pitcher or second baseman.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a different route here.
Okay.
This was actually he was a Padre. He was a part of the Blake Snell trade. Luis Patino.
Okay, yeah. He's a Ray now?
Yeah, he's a Ray. He's a pitcher. He's a starter.
Is it spelled like Rick Pitino?
Patino
Patino. Okay.
with a little squiggly over the end.
I can't get that in this program, so we're just gonna go with what we got.
All right.
And he played
No idea who this guy is. No idea.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he's with Tampa now. He was one of the top pitching prospects for the Padres. He's a right-hander. I think he played Double-A ball. Just a shot in the dark.
Oh, it's good. No, it's a good pick. He played a little bit last year for them. He came up at the end.
Oh, he did?
You did. He made his debut for them. He's good. He's really good. He's going to be really, really good for the Rays.
Yeah,
David,
they'll build him up.
Absolutely.
Dave, we thinking this guy?
Where are you at the top?
Or I'm at first base.
Yeah, let's take him. That makes sense.
Might as well, right?
Yeah.
Dave and I would be remiss if we didn't get at least one Red Sox player, and that is Tristan Casas, our first baseman.
Good pick. This year's first baseman, right? He's a starter, right?
I would have to imagine, right?
Either him or Bobby Dahlbeck.
Bobby D.
Is it
Oh, Dalbeck. Yeah, it's Dalbeck.
Throbby D.
It's gonna be Bobby D until he strikes out 18 of the first 20 at bats. And then
That's all right. Those other two.
But how many home runs is he going to hit?
Those other two at bats are home runs.
Bobby Dalbeck, the next coming of Michael Chavis.
Hey,
I'm worried about that.
with a lower hit tool.
Yeah.
come on.
But yeah, Tristan Casas, our the guy we're talking about. He's our first baseman of the future. One of the Red Sox most promising prospects that was, left standing when they traded everybody else. Yeah, I think he's definitely a promising prospect for them, and getting him as our first baseman when it's Alonso was off the board. Once he was gone, we wanted to wait a while on first baseman because it's not a very deep position. But I like getting Casas here. I think he's a good player. He's going to be a good player.
Bringing it back to Chavis for a second, isn't it crazy how I feel like he was beloved for like a good 2 weeks and people
Yeah.
Because he was just launching balls. And then,
Love that guy.
they're like, oh, this guy can't hit a high fastball.
Yeah,
That's
right.
all he got.
He
Yep.
did the Nava syndrome.
He has a legit full-on uppercut for a swing.
They were like, he can't hit a high fastball? Okay.
That's
Literally. They're
Bro,
like, he could hit any breaking ball just like knee high. Anything else, can't touch it.
It's true.
All right, so Brandon and Steve, you guys need to round out with a starting pitcher and a manager.
All right, what do you think of B-Max?
I really don't have any clue. As far as managers go, I just thought of this right now. If we're getting crazy with it, like Jake and Dave,
McNabb.
yeah, Donovan McNabb would be my selection.
Please.
Nice.
So I'll just say I feel like Ken Griffey, he just got a job at MLB executive side.
Oh, cool.
I like that.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm about that.
I like that one. Yeah.
Because I'm looking at these other managers, I feel like they're all good, but like I want
no way.
if that's cool with you.
Absolutely. That's a fantastic pick. That's
Oh.
awesome.
Ken Griffey Jr. is our manager, and that means all you for that starting pitcher.
Oh,
I
okay.
just want to say I just saw a charge on a 3-point shot for the first time in my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was absurd.
That was an odd play. All right.
Oh, sorry, I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah, no, I saw that too.
I just saw it just popped up. That's pretty weird.
Are the Celtics? What is it? What's going on?
Down by one.
Damn.
Wait,
This is
who's our
very-
reliever again?
Your reliever is Bruiser Gratterall.
That's right. All right. All right. For our final pitcher, I.
Jamie Moyer.
It's a shock that this guy has not been picked. At least I don't think he was. Is it? Has Garrett Cole been picked?
No.
No.
You want to do it? I'm cool. He's what? He's only 30.
Yeah.
He can be our Randy Johnson at the back of the pen.
Yeah, pushing 40 near the end. Yes, give us Garrett Cole for our final pick.
Let's go for it.
That's a good pick.
Especially if they let him keep that sunscreen and whatever mixture,
Yeah.
he's gonna be balling.
That ball spin. Yeah, we're spinning it all day, man. Hell yeah, dude. We have at least a good solid 6 years out of Cole.
Exactly. At the very least, and he's definitely top 2 or 3 in the game right now. At the very least, you know what? And when he's getting to the back of the rotation in his older days, he's gonna be that mentor for our young guys.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, Luzardo's going to be looking up to him. You got Leiter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Garrett Cole's your 5 starter is not bad.
Yeah. Hey, I remember Astros 2017. Just don't think about some of those other things, but some struggles.
Bring out the trash can.
Got out right in the nick of time.
Oh man.
All right. So our last pick, Dave, I'm just going to go ahead and make it because it's the highest player on the board for the last position we have to take. And that's Luis Camposano, the catcher for the Padres.
Good
Dave,
pick.
tell people about the person that I only first heard of about 2 hours ago.
Yeah, he's a good player. Pretty young. I think he's 24. I want to say. Let me look it up. But he's 22, even younger.
Oh, better. That's better.
Yeah, he's a pretty good hitter. Hasn't really had any major league experience at this point, but 10 years from now he'll be 32. It's gonna be you don't like Maxwell said, you don't need that much. He had 15 home runs in high A ball. He got a quick taste of the majors last year. I'm guessing he'll start in the minors again this year, so he's still probably another year away.
Yeah. I mean, we need a catcher. Rutschman was our first. Will Smith was our second. So especially once Smith fell off the board, we were definitely going to make this. We said it out loud. We didn't hide it. That was going to be our last pick was catcher. So the Mr. Irrelevant in this draft by Sean and Mike will be a second baseman. So who is it going to be?
So we're gonna take one off of Maxwell's playbook here. Although he should be a second baseman. He came into the league as a second baseman. Now he's playing shortstop, but he should move back. And that is Gleyber Torres.
Wow, I did not think you were gonna make that pick.
I hate this guy.
Yeah, that's why I was
Hate him with a passion. I won't say my nickname on here because this is a family program.
Oh,
Right. Yes.
So, but I mean, the guy, he rakes. Last year he did have a down year. He's not that great defensively, but Mike and I, we don't really care about defense when you're hitting 35 home runs. And he definitely can do that. He's only 23 years old too, so I mean, like, you get 10 years.
I hate how good he is. Really,
Yeah. And he gets to play at Yankee Stadium too. You hit pop-ups out of there. That's like playing my wiffle ball in my backyard growing up as a kid. Like, it's that easy to hit a home run.
Yeah. It's like it's Williamsport North is the way I refer to it.
Yeah. So he having him as a second baseman being our last pick, I don't
mad.
hate it. Yeah.
They got him for a mean discount from the Cubs.
Yeah, the Chapman trade, right?
And they got Chapman
Dude,
back.
they swindled them so bad.
Boy, bamboozled.
But again, you know what? Cubs won a World Series, so
That's true.
like, yeah, it's tough to give that prospect, but you did win a World Series because of it. Even if Chapman kind of, maybe blew things there. But anyway,
Yeah, right.
I think that Glaber pick's awesome, and I'm honestly surprised he went that far.
Yeah, me too.
Especially because a lot of Yankees fans would say that he's better than Devers, which he's not.
Oh, definitely not. Not
No.
And obviously we picked Devers pretty high. So really good.
So before I do some honorable mentions and get us out of here, I'll read off the teams. Team Pilgrim, you have your catcher is Will Smith, your first baseman Pete Alonso, your second baseman is Gleyber Torres, your shortstop is Fernando Tatis Jr., third base Alex Bregman, outfield Luis Robert, Eloy Jimenez, and Randy Arozarena. DH is Yordan Alvarez. Starting pitchers are Walker Buehler, Jack Flaherty, Dustin May, Tyler Glasnow, and Luis Patino. Reliever Josh Hader, and manager Alex Cora.
Oldest player's 27. Just
Not bad.
Damn.
Of course, Luka makes a step back three. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
all right.
that's not good.
Dave, our team. Our catcher is Luis Camposano. First base, Tristan Casas. Second base, Ozzie Albies. Shortstop, Corey Seager. Third base, Yohan Moncada. Outfield, Mike Trout, Juan Soto, Byron Buxton. DH, Christian Yelich. Starters, Lucas Giolito, Kumar Rocker, Luis Castillo, Sixto Sanchez, and Casey Mize. Our reliever is Devin Williams, and our manager is Mike Lovell. And Steve Max, your team. Your catcher is Adley Rutschman. First base, Vlad Guerrero Jr. Second base, Wander Franco. Shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Third base, Rafael Devers. Outfield, Ronald Acuna Jr., Mookie Betts, and Cody Bellinger. DH, Jared Kalenic. Starters are Shane Bieber, Jack Leiter, Jesus Luzardo, Mackenzie Gore, and Garrett Cole. Reliever is Brusdar Graterol, and your manager for all of that is Ken Griffey Jr. So I will put together this spreadsheet of the teams, post the graphic in a couple of days, and the people will be able to vote. Before we get out of here, I'll start with my honorable mentions. Pretty much all of our top players got picked. Our only first baseman left was Rhys Hoskins out of Philly.
Oh, Reese, yeah.
Our only second baseman was Jake Cronenworth out of San Diego. The only shortstop, maybe the number one undrafted free agent in this draft was Xander Bogaerts, who did not get picked by anyone.
Yeah.
How deep shortstop is.
I have two more shortstops that nobody's named yet either when I get my chance to go.
I'm going to name a couple now. I don't think I'm going to steal all the thunder, but Javier Baez and Carlos Correa didn't get in this draft. Third base, we had nobody in our top three left. Nolan Arenado, Eugenio Sanchez, Matt Chapman. Those were guys in consideration. Our only top 10 outfielder that didn't get picked was Austin Meadows.
No fucking way. Oh, sorry.
I had him as a DH.
What happened?
That's fantastic. Luka just tore our hearts out is what happened.
Pretty good.
That was absurd. That was absurd.
We had three starters that did not get picked: Jacob deGrom, Aaron Nola, and Max Fried. And we had two relievers that didn't get picked: Jordan Hicks and James Karanchik in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And those are and I'll be for manager. We said Michael Young and Jason Varitek. Also, honorable mention: shout out Mark Loretta, who Dave put, I think, just to satisfy me. But
I had a lot of guys on here. I actually had two catchers, but I won't go into them. I had Matt Olson. He's 26 at first base. Spencer Torkelson. He was the number one pick last year by the Tigers. He's 21. Second baseman, there's a lot. Kevin Biggio, nasty. Brandon Lau for the Rays, nasty. Gavin Lux for the Dodgers is finally getting called up this year. Nobody said Bo Bichette at shortstop.
I know.
I had Meadows at DH. Franmil Reyes, I think he plays for Cleveland. He hit like 30 home runs 2 years ago as DH. Shohei Ohtani, pitcher / DH kind of guy. Kyle Lewis, Trent Grisham. He's going to hit leadoff for the Padres stack lineup. Verdugo. The guy that I'm really curious to see, he's 18 years old. Jason Dominguez. He's that like crazy jacked kid that's it.
The Yankees
organization. I want to see him. For pitchers, I had Jose Barrios. He's 26. Chris Paddock is 24. I had Fried. Julio Urias for the Dodgers. He's 23. Mike Soroka for the Braves is 22. Ian Anderson, the runner-up for Rookie of the Year.
Why would you catch that?
Braves is 22. And Sandy Alcantara is 24. And then I had that guy Karinchik, Jake. He had 50. He also averaged 2 strikeouts an inning. He had 53 strikeouts in 27 innings. And Edwin Diaz, a scumbag.
Well, there you go. Brandon, Steve, Mike, any honorables?
I think everyone was named as far as guys I had thought of.
Steve?
I had Keston Hiura.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Surprised he was.
Cape
sorry,
Cod,
go ahead.
right?
Was it?
I think he
Brewer,
played in the Cape Cod League.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I think so, yeah.
How about
I'm
Bryce
sorry,
Harper?
Cape Cod League. It was because
Mahida, the catcher for I think the Indians.
friend of the podcast, Will Gagan, wrote a book, Summer Baseball Nation. He was a summer baseball league guy, Keston Hero.
That's what's
But
up.
anyway, sorry.
Bryce Harper also was what I was surprised about.
Yeah, I mean that nobody mentioned was Bryce Harper. Could have been a good DH.
Yeah, there's a switch hitter catcher. I think his name is Mahida.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Francisco Mejia,
Yeah.
Mhm.
the Padres former. Dude, how are the Padres that stacked? Where they had all these guys like
Didn't
Mejia?
they trade him?
Yeah, they traded him away. Yeah.
He's on the Indians, right?
Yeah,
Must be
he's
Clevenger,
part of the
right?
Clevenger deal.
Yeah.
God, they have Clevenger too. That rotation is filthy. Danielson Gamet or whatever his name is.
Didn't
Yep.
even-
Oh man, that's the one. Yeah. Lemaitre
anyway.
was sweet.
He's he's older than you would think. He's like 28.
Is he?
Yeah.
I feel so old being 27. God damn.
Yeah. Feels it's crazy watching the guys playing now. And look how he's been in the league for like Yadier Molina, who's like ancient now.
He really is.
Like,
Really
oh, this dude's about to get washed, and they're like, he's 25.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, so that's that for the futures draft. Whoever wins this will get to choose the next decade. It's slim pickings, but you get to choose the next one. So congratulations, Sean. We'll go with you first because you don't have a Twitter to promote. So is there anything you want to say as a parting shot here?
Yeah. Welcome home, Bobby Schmurda, baby.
Yeah. Bobby bitch.
Yeah.
Sean's trying to get his trivia crown back this week. Wrestling from our defending champion Steve Scott.
Oh my god.
Thank
Thank you all.
Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for joining us again. Where can the people find you?
At Malazi_1026.
Go follow him. He's always tweeting out good Red Sox stuff, and by good, it makes me sad because I remember I'm a Red Sox fan and I hate everything about this team.
Makes me very sad as well.
Oh, we rate about Mookie Betts probably at least once a week. Anyway, Brandon, thank you for joining us. Pinch hitting for Josh. We appreciate it. Where can the people find you?
Of course. BMax 15.
Brand, don't breathe on me, Maxwell. Go check.
Yeah, I love that.
Fantastic.
Follow me around.
You do have the creative, like the most creative Twitter names.
For sure.
That's
They're
all.
unreal.
Hey, Brandon, who said be so good they can't ignore you again?
David Patton told me
David
that.
Patton. I was telling Emily
David
that
Patton, no way.
I thought it was Gerard Mayo.
David Patton at Picasso's Pizza told me be so good they can't ignore you.
Guy.
What?
Yeah.
You saw him at Picasso's.
No, he had a thing there. I was like,
Oh,
I always remember it because I was like 9 or 10. One of my parents was supposed to pick me up from school. They like miscommunicated and forgot. So when
David Patton took you home.
when they ended up picking me up, I heard it on the radio. I was like, "What are you guys better bring me to that to make up for it?"
No
that's
way.
awesome, dude.
You blackmailed your parents.
I've heard this story, and I really thought it was going to end with David Patton bringing you home. I was like,
Imagine that'd be unreal.
hey,
Hey,
Steve,
can I catch a ride?
stranger that I've watched on TV.
Steve, thank you for joining us. Where can we find you?
You can always find me at Stephen O. Scott on Twitter or at the Small State Takes on Twitter.
And Dave, of course, your exclusive deal with Twitter. Where can we find you?
You can find me at David_Albiani.
That's right. It's the only place you can find him. Don't bother looking for him on Facebook or Instagram. Dave wouldn't go anywhere near those. It's Twitter
Respect it.
only. It's Twitter only. Dave has a 9-figure deal with Twitter. Twitter only.
Exclusive contract.
Dave has the
90 years.
100 years for 100 million.
We got
There you
that LeBron lifetime Nike deal.
He's giving me from the grave.
I have the 100-year deal, and I paid them to use their service.
I get paid $27 a month. To use.
Unreal.
Yeah, I'm at Jacob_Morocco. The podcast is CSL Podcast, CSLpodcast.com. Go on iTunes, Spotify, all those fun places, Google Podcasts, rate, review, subscribe. and we'll see you guys. We're starting bracket month next week, Dave. Do we want to reveal to the people with some guests here what our first bracket's going to be?
Sure, let's do it.
Our first bracket is going to be sports figures. Is our first bracket.
Donovan McNabb, number one.
Before you
Shut up, dude.
Donovan McNabb. No, we're gonna end the month with dustiest athletes, and he's number one.
Yeah.
Not only do we need Donovan McNabb,
I'm just gonna click. I'm gonna click the X now.
we also have a bracket named after him. His own
McNabb bracket. No, we're starting off with sports figures. It was maybe the most difficult thing Dave and I have ever put together in our lives, at least for this podcast. It was very, very hard. Steve got a little preview of it. Steve knows how much work went into it.
Unbelievable.
It's gonna cause some conversation, I'm sure. But
Oh my God.
look out for that. That'll be our first one next week, and then we'll have some more coming up this month. So check it out, and we'll be in touch. See you guys.
See ya.
Let me
Remember,
end the broadcast, and you guys will be.